That bad guy, he's got my girl. I'm gonna get her back.
I'd go with you, but I don't wanna.
That's all the pieces in the house.
No. Come on, hand it over. Up. Oh, down. Deadpool.
It's like Robin to my Batman, and except she's blind.
I did hit it, right?
You haven't hit anything in years.
You'd be surprised.
Hey YouTubers, Hankster here, and welcome to another movie review. And this particular movie has nothing to do with Star Wars, outside of being that it's connected with a comic book company that now is once again releasing comic books based on Star Wars. It is, of course, Deadpool, starring Ryan Reynolds, and released through 20th Century Fox and Marvel, as opposed to Disney. As you might know, Fox is licensed to release movies based on the X-Men storyline, the original X-Men movies, the more recent X-Men movies, of course, including X-Men Apocalypse coming out later this year, and all. The Wolverine movies, obviously, and, of course, this particular movie. This is the movie that basically was made for Ryan Reynolds, and I'm not talking about his meager appearance as Deadpool in the first Wolverine movie, anything, but I'm referring to, like, if you ever saw movies like Waiting or Van Wilder, those are the movies that kind of make you think, oh yeah, he's perfect to play the role. And if, of course, you saw this movie like I did, yep, he was perfect. He was just, this is the funniest and the most graphic superhero movie I've ever seen. I mean, probably of all time. And not just graphic with explosions and everything. I mean, the body count. I mean, people getting killed was ridiculous. It was very graphic there, and of course there was some female nudity there. So if you haven't seen this movie, if you want to see some, this is kind of like Van Wilder meets Marvel Comics. There's nudity in this, ding ding. So obviously check it out for that. This, of course, is obviously an origin story for the character Deadpool, which tells the story of how a former mercenary falls in love and basically finds out that he is dying of lung cancer. Upon hearing that, he is given an offer to not only cure him of the cancer, but also to make himself even more powerful. Well, he kind of decides to go for it, but winds up becoming sort of almost like a guinea pig to this sadistic mutant whose major ability is that he cannot feel physical pain. And he's called Francis, so by I don't know if that's supposed to be his real name or he's just that's just being teased. I can't really play it out. Pin that out, but I just like it when he calls him Francis. There, it's kind of like he's taking a stab at the Pope. Maybe he's a Donald Trump supporter. I don't know. Deadpool for Donald Trump. But yeah, obviously. Speaking of the X-Men, of course, the X-Men are featured in this movie. The only ones you get to see is Colossus and this new girl, who I just call her the Nitro Teen. She's got this really long name with Nitro and Teen in it, but, who has the ability to kind of turn herself into a living human bomb, causing explosions around her and stuff, which is pretty cool, even though she kind of looks all, bushed up in the movie. But pretty much, Colossus, of course, is trying to get Wade, a.k.a. Deadpool, to join the X-Men. Which, of course, he's not much for being a hero. He's just more into killing people, I guess. Obviously, the other X-Men references, of course, is your Wolverine references, especially when it comes to Hugh Jackman. There's like Hugh Jackman, kind of Hugh Jackman references here and there, so keep an eye out for that. But as I said, this is kind of going by a formula which has worked numerous times, especially in the original first three Batman movies. You get actors and actresses that actually fit the roles that they're playing. That they're not just there to be because they were popular at the time. You know, Ryan Reynolds. Yes, he's been in other superhero movies. He, of course, was in the third Blade movie, starring opposite. Yeah, D. Hanks wants to remind you all that Triple H from D-Generation X was in the third Blade movie as well. Obviously, then I guess in that movie, of course, he played a vampire now, so he definitely did have to suck it. Of course. The second movie that Ryan Reynolds was in, of course, was playing Deadpool to some extent in the first Wolverine movie back around 2009. And, of course, then the ill-fated attempt to play the Hal Jordan Green Lantern in the Green Lantern movie back in 2011. And, of course, now he has finally found his own when it comes to playing Deadpool. He's a wiseacre. He's as crazy as hell and all. Now, of course, if you remember, he of course was married to Scarlett Johansson, who of course plays Black Widow, and even if they were still married, they probably would have, unless they had to do some legal wrangling like they did with Spider-Man when it comes to this upcoming Civil War movie coming out, when they had to get Spider-Man out of possession from Sony so that they can use him in this circus. Obviously, he's in the storyline, so But it would probably be a lot more wrangling here. I don't know. But all in all, great. Because normally, when it comes to superhero movies in this time of the year, I mean pre-summer, they don't usually do too well. But being this movie was on the top of the box office charts for over 3 weeks. I mean, I don't know how it did with Zootopia. I missed that, for the last couple of weeks. But Deadpool was, I gotta say, it would basically met expectations and just tore them up, and just even at the beginning of the movie, you hear me try to hold back a giggle and a laugh there. How just shows how I really like this movie, and I hope they do come out with a sequel soon. Oh, by the way, yeah, Stan Lee is in this movie again. Interesting scene he's in too, regarding to the nudity shown in this movie. Not too explicit, much nudity. I mean, it was mostly brief nudity, but kind of fan service level nudity. Let's put it that way. But I do want to tell everybody that hope you enjoyed this little review of one of the first superhero movies of 2016, which of course is Deadpool. Probably the next major blockbuster box office movie is coming out. Of course, it's either going to be Gods of War or Batman versus Superman. I don't know which one. I'm just going to see when I get a chance to catch movies again, and in the near future, see which one I can catch. When next time I am able to. Between now and when, speaking of which, between now and when Batman vs. Superman does come out in theaters, I will be rounding up my Batman review series with, of course, The Dark Knight Returns, which was the only movie I kind of missed in that big review, being I missed seeing it in theaters at the time. And might do some more, movies connected to, that particular to Batman versus Superman and all. And I might do a review of Van Wilder at least to show you how Ryan Reynolds has proven to me that he can play a good Deadpool as opposed to Green Lantern or anything. Because I didn't really expect him to play Green Lantern because Green Lantern. And pretty much he's a conservative type of character, and Ryan Reynolds is more of the party-goer guy, this crazy guy that gets on people's nerves once in a while, just like Deadpool. So, and all, but all in all, great movie. Just stay tuned for other reviews of upcoming movies in both movie theaters, and of course on TV. We'll try to get some in for spring break as well, and all. And I hope you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned here for more reviews and whatnot here on the Multiverse. See ya.
Oh, that night you said my wife was fat. I knocked you down and shit in your hat. Away the time we go, love is coming away for real. Moving the time alone.